I've decided to leave. I'm gonna leave Kody.
I don't think you and I know how to be real about things with each other.
He's no longer acting as my husband here.
I've gone 18 months being persecuted by my own family. My heart is broken.
I'm not ready for Christine to leave. Hang on with me, okay?
I am.
We have to rebuild.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I just finished up a clip or a video about Kody Brown and his outburst with Christine about leaving him and how awful it is. And I also shared your reactions with me on Facebook, which if you're not following me on Facebook, it's facebook.com/WOACB. And I shared what your thoughts were about Christine leaving and the support that I'm hoping will be engulfing her in this next season as we watch some really awful behavior by Kody. Equally awful is the emotional manipulation that we're going to see by Robyn Brown. Now, in this world, it is very manipulative in nature because everyone is staying in the situation not out of their own desire, but out of the belief that they have to be in this marriage in order to go to heaven. I don't think that people would pick this if it weren't for their religion. And if they don't have a religion to keep them bound in these really unhealthy situations, and they don't have, and they're not manipulating each other to stay in this situation, this family would have long been fractured years before. It has been hanging on threads for years, but now, even after Christine leaves, Robyn is trying to manipulate Meri to stay so that they can still go to heaven. So in the season teaser trailer, it shows Robyn and Meri sitting down and talking about how she needs Meri to not give up on the family and to stay with her.
I'm not ready for Christine to leave. Hang on with me, okay?
I am.
We have to rebuild.
So Robyn says to Meri, we need to rebuild. Don't give up on this. Don't leave me. And then she also says that she is upset that Christine is leaving and she's not ready for her to leave. But that also leaves the other sister wives feeling extremely vulnerable to the fact that, oh wait, Christine has woken up. Now, I want to just put this out there for anyone that thinks that what Robyn's doing is not manipulative. I just want you to consider this. Robyn is asking a woman to stay in a relationship where the woman has not had any sort of intimacy with the man for over 10 years. The woman and the man are not in a marriage where they kiss, where they hug, or where they hold hands. They don't have any dates. They don't have any, they don't have a relationship. And she's asking Meri to stay single effectively in a dysfunctional marriage where the man spends no time with her ever and spends all of his time with Robyn. So imagine you're sitting down with a friend and they say, I need you to stay in this situation even though my husband, which is yours too, never goes over to your house and I'm with him all the time, but I need you to stay because this is what God wants for us.
I will never say that the problem is plural marriage.
I'm not really sure we have a family anymore.
It's emotionally manipulative. It's also very selfish of Robyn to ask anyone to stay in a situation where the wife is not getting anything that they need met. Meri's not getting any emotional needs met. She's not getting any physical needs met. She's not getting any needs met. She has no relationship with Kody. The only reason that she stays is because of plural marriage and their faith. And she has said that a million times. She would not stay in this marriage if it were not for her faith. Christine leaving has made them all start to doubt. And so Robyn is selfish because she's the only one of the wives that gets any intimacy with Kody. She's the only one of the wives that gets any time, like affection, anything from Kody. She is his only wife that he dedicates his time, energy, and resources to. The rest of the wives have a completely independent life outside of him. but she wants them to stay in an unsatisfactory, emotionally abandoned place because it benefits her and Kody going to heaven. It does not benefit the women. Not to mention, it's false doctrine. On top of that, you have Kody and Janelle reevaluating their relationship, with Janelle nearly thinking about being out the door.
I don't think you and I know how to be real about things with each other.
He's no longer acting as my husband here.
So Janelle says, Kody says, I don't think we're being real with each other or know how to be real with each other about our relationship. And Janelle says, he's not acting like my husband anymore. That should tell you everything you need to know. That is, in my opinion, Janelle's way of saying flat out that he does not view her as a wife and there has no intimacy in their marriage. She even goes as far to say is, I don't even feel like we have a family. And Kody is screaming at them, crying persecution and saying that he is trying to protect the family instead of acknowledging his own behavior, his own actions, and how his selfishness contributed to the demise of the marriage.
I've gone 18 months being persecuted by my own family for trying to protect them. My heart is broken.
Janelle says she doesn't know that she has a family anymore. And then Christine says, I agreed to be a sister wife and to be an equal. And she says that she is not treated equal and that Kody favors Robyn.
I agreed to be a sister wife, but I agreed to be an equal wife.
I'm not really sure we have a family anymore.
Then Robyn goes on to say that she would never do anything to hurt the family or cause pain to the family, and she just needs everyone to see that.
I would never do anything to this family to hurt it. I just wish that people could see that.
Robyn chose to join a family that already had 3 wives, that already had a family structure. She married a married man that had a wife that was pregnant at the time. All of them were already in polygamy, and Robyn certainly did not have to be added. Not only was she selfish in that respect, but she brought in 3 children into her marriage, asked Kody to adopt them, and then helped one of the sister wives divorce Kody so she could marry him. And then once she became the legal wife and he adopted her children, they went off into the sunset, ignoring everybody else, and she did nothing to improve the situation. And she knew she was favored, and she knew that he was spending all of his time with her. And she sits there now and acts like she didn't participate in what happened here. Without Robyn and Kody causing this to happen, this would not be the way it is. I'm not saying that the relationships they had were perfect and Christine wouldn't have left now, but Robyn chose to marry a married man that had a pregnant wife and bring 3 children in that were not his, have them be adopted by him, and have him divorce his first wife. That was Robyn. Kody also admits that functional polygamy that he was trying to send as a message to the public about himself and about his family is not true.
The message that we had to the world about functional polygamy seems so dysfunctional now.
Because they're dysfunctional. So here's my takeaway. I believe that Janelle is on the verge of leaving, and I believe that Robyn knows that if she doesn't get Meri to stay, that she's going to be left with Kody. Kody's not a prize for any of these women, not even Robyn. Kody is in my opinion, narcissistic ABUSCR and exhibits signs of DV. He is verbally, emotionally, and psychologically ABUSC IVE to his wives. He gaslights, he plays favorites, he makes them feel like it's their fault and not his. He projects, he deflects, he pins them against each other, to the extent that once he got Robyn and got what he needed, he pushed everyone else aside, and Robyn became the wife that did what he wanted and when he wanted. But the problem here is that if they're going to stay in this faith and they want to have more wives, he's going to have to take more wives. And if that's the case, Robyn would become the next Christine. It's a never-ending cycle. Just because Robyn's being treated good now does not mean she'll be treated well in the future. Just because she thinks she's getting what she wants now does not mean it's what she really wants. And if this is the prize that she gets is Kody, in my opinion, is no prize. And I hope that this wakes up Janelle to realize that she can leave Kody and doesn't have to stay in a miserable situation. And I hope the women realize that Robyn manipulating them to stay in emotionally unavailable marriages while she gets the fruit of everything that Kody does and they get nothing is manipulative, it's wrong, and it's ABUSC IVE in itself. Robyn and Kody really deserve each other, in my opinion, and I hope all the wives leave them. And Robyn and Kody can go off on their own. And then maybe Robyn will wake up one day and realize he wasn't a catch to begin with. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.